Yo, 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 yo. It's another episode of Beyond Talk Chronicles podcast. I'm your boy Go Villain Django, that 1 in 10,000. And we got a very special guest today. His name is Zach Seals, man. Tell him where you from, man. Tell him your tags, man. Tell him where to find your music.
Hi, my name is Zach Seals. I'm from Howard County, Maryland. I make dramatic indie pop power ballads and sad bops you can twerk to. You can find my Instagram at Z_Seals, uh, Twitter Z Seals Music. I'm very easy to find.
Okay. Turn up, bro. Hey, look, bro. When I found you on the Instagram, bro, I found you through Shonsky, man. When I first seen your first post, but like the first pen post, bro, that shit blew my mind away, bro. Tell me like your music process.
Oh, my music process. So it's different for each song. Like during this period, for that song in particular, it was actually a collaboration between a good friend of mine, Cherry Liu, who is a singer songwriter and producer from Shenzhen, China. We met in school, and we just wrote that song together about her toxic ex. But typically, when it's just me, when I started writing music, I started off, I would just write these like simple melodies, and then it wasn't until like I taught myself how to play piano that I started like making like full chord progressions, and then from there, a lot of it is just from the bones, and then it wasn't until I started like learning more about production that you started getting like more of a current work.
Okay. Your music is described as genre bending.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on the influences and elements you incorporate into your sound?
The different elements I incorporate into my sound. So I have like a bunch of different influences. I feel like a big one is like my mom like signed me up for like the church choir when I was like 4 years old. So a lot of my stuff has like stack vocals and big dramatic uh, choral lines in it, and that's a big part of it. But also, I just grew up listening to a wide range of music, like the Fugees, Biggie. Also, I grew up in kind of like a suburb, so predominantly white suburb. So I got like Amy Winehouse, Lana Del Rey, Florence and the Machine, type stuff.
All right, so who you think was your biggest influence?
So biggest influence, like poetically, was probably like Amy Winehouse and like Lana Del Rey, and then I just have like a whole bunch of different influences, production wise. Like there's this one artist who's like out right now, Serpent with Feet. That's what I get compared with a lot. Also, Sampha I get compared with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sam Smith also person I'm compared to. Uh, yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Can you share the story behind the title "It Was Never That Deep"?
The story behind it was never that deep. So
Was that your first EP?
yeah, that was my first EP.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Halloween 2019. So, oof, story behind it was never that deep. So it was just like each of the songs were about situations in life that could have been so simple, but because of like the circumstances and everything, they just kind of ended up being so much bigger, so much more devastating, so much more impactful than they could have been. It could have been so simple, but it wasn't. So that's kind of what It's Never That Deep is about.
How does your identity as a black artist inform your music and the creative process?
As a black artist, inform my music and the creative process. So I feel like I always have a little bit of that influence in me, like because I don't make like traditional hip hop music. Like I definitely make stuff that's like more closer to indie pop, indie rock. But I also always bring like those like vocal influences, like the Ella Fitzgerald, Nina Simone. Definitely that influences me when I'm writing like vocal lines and stuff. Also, with just everything that's happened nowadays, I feel like it's important to like speak out on like certain things. Like with my song I've Seen, I wrote it shortly following the death of George Floyd, and it's a call to action, call to protest, call to like stand up.
Okay, okay. Your Tanya, your last album you just dropped,
Entropy Volume One. Yeah.
Entropy Volume One is your latest release. What themes or messages did you explore in this project? In that project?
In this project, what themes did I explore? So entropy is kind of like everything decays. So it was just kind of how I felt at like that moment. Like Midas, I started writing it over the pandemic about just like the nature of like beauty and greed and all of that. Like just trying. I don't even really answer any questions in the project, but I'm just like asking like a whole bunch of different questions about like the nature of life, like what's the value in a lot of different things. That's the first track, and then Dearly Departed was about like being in like a toxic relationship where like you're constantly compromising more and more of yourself the longer you stay, but it's also like very hard to remove yourself from the situation. So that's one thing. And then Kill Bill, I wrote it. That's like my favorite movie of all time. Like I love a strong female protagonist in a movie, and it's about righteous vengeance. Like sometimes you gotta get like it's okay to not forgive and not forget sometimes, and you gotta like that's what that song's about.
Okay, okay. So, how do you approach song? No, 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 no. Let's go back. Let's go back.
Mm-hmm.
So, were you in when you were making that album? Was you in like a soul searching time of your life?
Oh my gosh, I feel like the entirety of like my early to 20s to now has been like a soul searching journey. Cause like also just the last like decade of time has just been a very chaotic time to be alive. Tired. It's kind of exhausting living in unprecedented times. So I was thinking on both like a macro level of just like we're on a dying planet. Like politically, America's going to shit. The world is going to shit. And then on like a micro level of just like, oh my gosh, like life is very chaotic. A lot of these different friendships, relationships I was in were chaotic as hell. So that was definitely a big driver of me writing Entropy Volume One.
That's deep, bro. Let me see. As a multifaceted artist, singer, songwriter, producer, poet, creative director, how do you balance and integrate these different aspects of your creativity?
Hmm. So I feel like they all typically I bring each of these different things out in order to meet one certain goal, like creative directions for like music videos or album art, like pulling out all the logistics to bring together to get like a visual thing together for the final product. Um, uh, and then the other half of it is I feel like when I create, it's definitely like a simultaneously a musical process and also a visual process. So like when I'm like start writing a song, I have like a vision of what if I had the budget, if I had the finances, what the music video would be. Sometimes it's like really grand. I'm just like, but sometimes it's logistically achievable. So that is kind of where it all
So you're
meets.
trying to get your ideas, or you're trying to get all your ideas and scale them down to make it.
Like where I'm currently at, because like right now, like the economy, I currently work 2+ jobs
Mhm.
to kind of fund this whole music thing. Um, so yeah, that's just the reality of the situation. Like your favorite artist probably a little broke.
In what ways, and in that way, in what ways do you hope your music resonates with listeners, regardless of their background or experiences?
I want people to feel like the full range of emotions. I feel like escapism is a very big topic in music today. Like it's they don't really confront like how they're feeling. It's all about like, yo, I'm just gonna go do whatever. Like it's not really confronting the feelings, and I feel like it's necessary to, like, when you're sad, like when you're going through like a mental health crisis, you gotta like confront that shit. Um, like, go through it, feel all of the emotions. Don't try and like tamp it down or like be like, you know what, I'm gonna go medicate or whatever. But like, confront the emotions, confront the feelings, go through it, and learn from it.
Okay. Now we got the hot topics with Z-Dot.
Ah,
Yo, welcome everybody back, and especially welcome another Zach in the building, man. So you gotta give me the best answers. All right, what we're gonna do first? I'm gonna ask you 10 questions, and since George asked you about your music and your background, I'm gonna ask you just about the culture and just your point of views on certain topics out there. Okay?
okay.
And at the end, I got a little challenge for you. Then you
Okay,
can handle that.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Fire away.
So Kanye West recently, he just went #1 for his record Carnival. He recently said he's the influence of the last 20 years of hip hop. How do you feel about him and his inspiration towards music and clothing?
Okay, so Kanye West is definitely the most influential musician of the last 20 years, but also I don't think it takes away from the fact that he said a lot of crazy stuff, crazy anti-Semitic stuff that is just like doesn't really have a place in uh, polite society. I don't think anybody can really take away Kanye's pen or Kanye's influence. Like, Kanye's gonna be, no matter what Kanye says at this point, he's gonna be a part of the culture. Whether or not you choose to support that or choose to listen to the music is fully up to you as an individual. But yeah, Kanye, he's a controversial figure. He shouldn't have said all the things that he said because it was bad.
Okay.
He's done, yeah.
I can take that. All right, so recently, Drea Mitchell, she just got pregnant by a 20-year-old basketball star, Jalen Green. But also, she has a 21-year-old son. How do you feel about that situation? Do you feel like it's grooming?
How old is Drea Mitchell?
45.
45, just got pregnant by a 20-year-old. Yikes. Oh my gosh. How long did she know the 20-year-old? Was it like a... Oh my gosh, this is so many different factors in the scenario.
So the rumors are out there that the 20-year-old son and the 20-year-old baby father is playing basketball to see who does the dishes. How do you feel about dating a girl that has a child the same age as you?
Oh my god. I'm glad this is just like a scenario that would never happen for me in real life. But I wouldn't dating someone who's the same age as my child.
So pretty much, I'm asking you, would you play stepdaddy?
I would be a stepfather.
So someone the same age as you?
Someone the same age as me? It really depends on the relationship. Like, is this person elevating my standard of living? Am I moving on up
that's just
to
the
east
child's
side?
the mom's son.
Yeah, like it depends. Like, if I knew the son and then I started dating his mom, that'd be a completely different situation. But if it's just like, oh, I happen to be dating someone who is 45 years old, and then they have a child who is in my age bracket, then it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna be like, hey, get down from there.
So you'll make the best of the circumstance.
Best of the circumstances. Like, that's the only thing you could do in that situation.
From Zach to Zach, you trying to save the relationship.
I'm very into commitment. Gotta make it work, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna get on a serious note now.
All right, let's go.
So again, Trump and Sleepy Joe is running for president. If you could have a choice of a third party, even of a celebrity, who would it be to run this country?
To run this country, not Joe or not Trump.
We went through that scenario already.
Those two. I can't think of a third. That's the messed up part. I can't think of a third person who isn't equally, who isn't worse. I would have said Bernie Sanders, but he's kind of crapped out his ticket with the poor decisions he's made over the last year or so.
Kanye said he's trying to run for president.
Not Kanye. Not like. I'm trying to think who's an uncontroversial figure.
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I feel like we need to stop nominating celebrities to be the president. Like, I feel like it's this is like, we're on the most dystopian timeline. Like, the fact that it's coming to this, where it's like, we have one person who is actively aiding and abetting a genocide. And then the other person will aid and abet genocide, but also bring genocide over here.
It's like pick your evil.
Yeah. Can we just not have a president? I feel like that's like the best scenario for everyone involved. We just don't have a president. America just needs to find herself.
You say
for
America
the next
needs to
4 years.
Just date a couple people.
Maybe Oprah Winfrey. I would accept Oprah Winfrey as president.
Okay. Now we back to the fun. Spring break season is right around the corner. Can you tell me your plans, and do you have any wild spring break stories?
Wild spring break stories? I don't have any plans currently. Working them 2 jobs.
Getting that money right.
So I'm gonna be getting money up. I'll probably be playing some shows. I don't have anything. I have like a couple things in the works, but probably working and playing some shows over the season. And then when it comes to spring break stories, So before I went to school up in Boston, I went to school up in Canada, and what I was doing is I was like gigging, and I think this gig fell at some point within spring break. So I was doing a gig, and I was like when I was up there, I would haul my keyboard to the gig. I was walking with my keyboard up in there, getting set up. It was this place called Mark's Lounge, I believe. And there was like 20-something people in there. I was just playing piano and singing for like 2 hours. And as I was getting set up, this woman walks up to me, and she was just like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And I thought she had worked. I thought she was working there, but I was just like, "Oh, hi, do you work here?" And she was like, "No, like I was actually just like admiring you from a distance. I actually want to introduce you to your friend." I was like 19 at the time. She brings me over, introduces me to like a friend of hers who's like a woman in her late 30s to early 40s.
Okay.
And I was just like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." And then I go back, I finish getting set up. I'm 19. I have a pearl choker on at this time. So I'm finishing setting. I'm about to start my set. Someone walks back over to me, and she was just like, "Oh, hey, what are you? How long are you doing this till?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I'll be playing till like 11." And she was just like, "Are you doing anything after 11?" And I'm like, "I think I have to like help my friend with some stuff." And she's like, "Oh, so you're not having sex with my friend?"
What?
And I was just like, "Oh, actually, I'm like super gay." And like she was just like, "Oh, you're gay? Like I didn't know that. Do you want to like get brunch or something? Like you tell me if I look bad in clothing, right?" When I say I was gagged, I was really just like, "Okay." And then I gave her my Instagram, and we never went out for brunch, but she still follows me on Instagram to this day.
Okay. You might gotta ask her out, man. This was like some dinner or something.
What?
Or some lunch.
Lunch and just tell her she looks bad in clothing.
I mean, she tried her best to save that situation.
She tried her best to save the situation, but it was still like it was just like the audacity.
Okay. Okay, you say you working 2 jobs?
Yeah, I teach voice and piano lessons at one job. I also teach a class of like 5 to 7-year-olds music theory and stuff. And then the other job is I work in a library. It's
Okay.
very peaceful.
So with nowadays with the inflation going up, everything is just rising. So I'm gonna give you 3 options that you can only pick one to have free for the rest of your life: gas, food, or rent.
Oh, one for free for the rest of your life?
Mm-hmm.
Rent. Because if I could just pick a place and then it's free rent, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Because that's like the only like really heavy one. Like inflation, like rent is rising faster than inflation, and it's if I could just pick rent in any city in the contiguous United States of America or the world,
Okay.
um,
I only
I,
ask that because I like to eat and I like to travel to
I
different
know free
places.
food would also be amazing. Baltimore has a lot of amazing food. Yeah.
Okay, so what is your ideal comfortable yearly wage, or how much money will make you live comfortably?
Comfortable yearly wage will have me living comfortably. This is a difficult question because also like with it depends on where you're living with what wage. Like you could
For
be
your
you could be
situation.
balling at like $65,000 in Arkansas, or struggling to be on $100,000 in California. So let me think. I would say like $100,000 at like any place at most places in the United States. You'll be comfortable enough. Like I'm not like super. I just want to have enough that I can invest in my music and in my art.
Okay.
Like I don't want to be. I don't want to be rich to the point that people start eat like I have to be eaten when the revolution comes. So yeah,
100,000.
100,000 in Maryland. That's pretty healthy. That's a pretty healthy.
There's no
Wait.
wrong answers.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
enough to fund the music videos.
So Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are set up to fight. Who you got winning, and who's your dream scenario to settle a beef?
Dream scenario to settle a beef?
You ever got two famous artists that you just want them to hash it out, get in a boxing ring?
Oh my gosh. Who's winning between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson? I honestly jail for Jake Paul for jail for letting this happen. The fact that Jake Paul is out here boxing Mike Tyson in his 60s. I hope Mike Tyson bite his ear off. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, that was just like I'm just surprised that that's
So you
happened.
got winning.
I don't pay enough attention to Jake Paul and the dynamics. Mike Tyson is a GOAT. He's probably still a GOAT, but he's also 62 years old. So I have no idea what is going to happen.
You get knocked out by a senior citizen. You got to
yeah, like Mike Tyson might be like, okay. Because I'm pretty sure like at a certain point, like after he was like ripping people's ears off, he's just like, you know what? I need to lay the gloves down and I'm going to just be calm, peaceful. That's why he has the voice. But you never know. Jake Paul, is it Jake Paul or Logan Paul?
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure Mike has this, but also anything is possible nowadays. And then Dream hashing out a beef in the ring.
It could be females too.
I know. Probably Nicki and Meg.
Nicki and Meg. Ooh.
Even though Meg has it. If it comes down to like fisticuffs, Meg has it. Meg is a formidable woman. I love Megan Thee Stallion from the bottom of my heart, and I feel like what's been done to her within the culture it is nauseating to me to think about the way that people have treated her after she went through such a.
So you said Meg would stomp Nicki in a fist fight.
Megan Thee Stallion's like 5'11", Nicki Minaj is like 5'2", and also like I don't know.
So who's better in music?
I will never. I'm not gonna put down anybody's music. I think they're both amazing artists. Nicki Minaj kind of paved the way for so many female artists to make it in the game, like a female rap game. The female rap game wouldn't be the same as it is today without Nicki, Onika Tanya Mirage. But also, the way she's handled this most recent beef with Megan Thee Stallion, like you can't, like it's literally all who Nicki has decided, made the decision as a grown ass woman to associate herself with, and who she chooses to defend regularly. That's the main problem, and the way she also handled talking about just everything is just. I'm not gonna speak too much on it because also the Barbs are crazy. I will literally be murdered in my home. They're out here doxing people.
Dang.
And I'm not trying to have that happen to me. So, Nicki, for the record, Nicki Minaj is the current queen of rap, and I'm not a hostage at all. Yeah, but nothing can ever really take away Nicki. No one can ever take away Nicki's pen.
Okay.
And Megan Thee Stallion has had one of the best debuts as an artist recently. Most recognizable visual brand, and is just, oh my gosh.
They got shot in the foot.
She got shot in the foot. I 100% believe her when she says she got shot in the foot. I think it's terrible the way that people have been treating her, saying that she's lying. Like, why would she lie? She has nothing to gain from lying and from putting Tory in jail. Tory did that shit. Like 100%. Tory did that shit.
Standing on business.
Yeah, 100%. He did that shit. And he deserves to go to jail. Like, if you shoot someone in the foot, you deserve to go to jail. But if you're out here being like, dance, bitch, dance, go to jail immediately. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
And if you did it on accident, can you get like 10 public lashings or something?
How you shoot someone in the foot? Maybe if it was like a hunting trip and he was just like, oh my gosh, Meg, I didn't mean to. But she was just walking, shot from behind. Dance, bitch, boom, boom. Like, what the fuck?
All right, we're gonna last question. We're gonna keep it on music.
Okay.
So recently, Meek Mill's had 6,000 first week sales. I feel like that's a low number for a veteran that's been in the game for 10 years and a mainstream artist. How do you feel about that? And do you feel like you could overpass those numbers?
6,000 like album sales?
Yes.
For a mainstream artist,
Meek's been here for 10 years.
The entirety, the music industry is very fickle. Sometimes the music industry giveth, and sometimes the music industry taketh away. It's all about the market. All about the market, what the market wants. Does the market want Meek Mill right now? Not currently. Should Meek Mill still continue making music? Yes, because for one, he's an artist. Artists should. I feel like to quote someone, I think it's Lana Del Rey, but like the biggest obstacle for an artist is remaining an artist.
Okay. Staying relevant.
Like not even staying relevant, just still continuing to create. Because like there's a lot of obstacles that come, especially with the music industry, how predatory it can be at times towards new artists or even artists that are currently existing. The amount of capital that it takes to be a mainstream artist, like all these music videos are like $100,000 plus production value, and not, like it's so necessary. You can't just release the music anymore. You have to have visuals. You have to have a full package in order to ensure a successful release. Could I surpass those numbers? Maybe on the next project. It depends. It's all about the market. Meek's been doing music since he was like 15-ish. Like I'm pretty sure like I've seen like nobody could take Meek's pen away from him. So yeah, it is. Yeah, the music industry give it, the music industry take it away.
All right, man. Thank you for answering the hot topics. And before you leave, I got one challenge for you.
Okay.
This challenge is called Remember the Lyrics. We're trying to see if you know your own lyrics.
Okay.
I just want you to name the song. I Can Read Your Mind, Shivers Down Your Spine, We Can Speed It Up, Slow It Down.
Pleasure and Pain.
There we go. Yeah. My man, that's a true artist right there. He knows his own work. And back with Villain with the random questions.
Hey.
You ready? I just gotta make sure you're ready. Just make sure you get comfortable and get ready, bro. Because it's about to get spicy, bro.
Spicy? Okay.
You ready? You know when you're ready.
Stay hydrated, y'all.
Ready?
Yes.
Black or white?
Black,
Red or blue?
blue.
Spell annihilate.
ANNHILATE.
Too hot or too cold?
Too hot.
Favorite candy?
I'm like a grandma, but I love me a Werther's Original.
Okay. Your best childhood memory?
Best childhood memory. My family, we won a contest and we were on Animal Planet. We went to like South Dakota
Damn.
for like a weekend, like 10 days. It was so beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. I think it was like 9 or 10 at the time. If you can find the show, if it's out there on Animal Planet, if you can find, it was from like 2006.
Okay.
So if you can find it, you can find it. But
We gonna
yeah,
find that
that was a very positive childhood memory.
You can call one person to eat 3 pounds of chicken wings with. Who would it be?
Eat 3 pounds of chicken wings with.
One person.
I'm calling my little brother Wesley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beethoven.
Wait, as in like could it be a celebrity or?
Nah, you can call one person that's gonna answer. You just call one person on your phone. You can eat 3 pounds of chicken wings with. Who would it be?
Yeah, probably my brother. We eat.
I bet. Beethoven or Mozart?
Beethoven. Nah.
The worst rapper
Worst rapper.
to you?
I have to think because like if they're a bad rapper, I don't remember them. Like I don't listen to bad rap music. 6ix9ine Tekashi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Underrated cartoon character.
Underrated cartoon character. Underrated cartoon character. Sakura from Naruto. Or
Okay.
Hinata from Naruto.
Okay. Are you a cheater?
No.
A song you singing?
A
song you sing in the shower.
Song I sing in the shower. I have like weird deep cut songs I listen to in the shower. Probably Hidden Place by Bjork.
Okay. A late night snack.
Late night snack. Kimchi.
Okay. Your most embarrassing moment. You took a sip. Take a shot for me.
I can't remember because I've like repressed those parts of my life. Like they just a blank slate where those happen. Let me just think. Embarrassing moments? Never felt that, never experienced that. I plead the fifth.
Okay. This is the last question. If the person of your dreams left you for the person of their dreams, what would you say?
Person of my dreams left me for the person of their dreams. I feel the proverb that if you love somebody, you let them walk away. Yeah, I honestly like.
Here at Beyond Talk, we got the hottest podcast, the most latest podcast. I'm Gold Villain Django, that 1 in 10,000. I can't forget my co-host Z that, and we got a very special guest, Zach Seals. Man, thank you for coming out, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Peace.